Let's talk about using your breath and
Hmm.
getting into that flow state when you're
Yeah.
meditating on there for that enhanced spiritual awareness and that spiritual connection. As we all know, the breath and the
Hmm.
breath work is so essential to life and the greater
Yes.
awareness. So today, Ashley and I are going to share two different breathing methods that work for each of us in our own ways to help us get centered and help us get into our flow state. So first, we're going to have Ashley explain
Hmm.
hers, and then I will explain mine afterwards. Ashley?
Yeah. So what I like to do is get into a comfortable position. So that could either be sitting cross-legged like this or laying down on the floor, but just getting comfortable. And I close my eyes. And then what I do is I take deep breaths in through the mouth and I hold it and exhale out. So I'll take a deep breath in and I'll hold it up at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. And then I'll go back in. And each time I'm doing that, I'm holding it more and more. So I really like to just go in a second time and then hold it at the top for maybe 6 seconds. But this really just helps me get into that meditative state. And I also set an intention.
I know the number of times you'll do it
Mhm.
obviously can vary and you kind of lose
Yes.
track when you're going into it. But would you say that you at least do 4 rounds of that at bare minimum? Would you say at least do five? Like, what's kind of
I
your
would
bare
say to
minimum?
get the bare minimum effect, it's usually about 4 cycles.
About 4 cycles.
Hmm.
But of course, if someone wants to do more or they kind of just let go and get
Absolutely.
lost in it, they can
Yes,
do there. Then
absolutely.
eventually, once you're in there, do you return to like a normal breathing state?
Then I return to normal breathing state.
Perfect. So that's one way that works for Ashley. One way that works for myself, which is different on here. Now, again, I have about 2 or 3 favorites I use personally, so I'll just kind of share one with you today. But for me, I always get centered, of course. I like to always kind of do some neck rolls. So I'll roll my neck around each way in 3 big circles, around the left, around to the right on there. I'll do a quick little spinal twist each way, each side. I'll spinal twist the whole way. And then I go into my breath. Now, I like to only use my nose when I'm centering on here. So ideally, use your nose. If you can't do that for medical reasons, I understand, but I like my nose ideally.
Mhm.
And I like to just do a nice long one in the nose, just and then breathe it right out. So I'm not doing any holds yet, just a 4 count in, 4 count out. So I'm just breathing in for 4 and I'm exhaling for 4, just
Mhm.
using my nose. And I'll do that at least 5 times, no more than 10 times. Now, what I like to do though is on the final one, I like to do a breath retention hold followed by a breath depletion hold. And what I
Mhm.
mean by that is I'll take a nice break in the nose and not breathing, hold that breath. Just keep holding it. You want to do ideally 30 seconds at least if you can. Ideally 30 seconds. You keep holding that breath in. When you get to 30 seconds, you control it. Breathe out your nose, controlling it. When we breathe out, push all the air out. We want to deplete all the air. Now we do a breath depletion hold. So don't breathe in at all now. And you want to hold that for at least 15 to 20 seconds. It's typically much harder for a lot of people, but that is the depletion. And once that is done, we're going to follow that with one more deep breath into the nose, one more breath hold. Hold that again, at least 30 seconds if you're able to. Followed by one more depletion. Breathe out the nose, empty all the air. Hold that for at least 15 to 20 seconds. And then I return to my normal breathing, and that helps me kind of get into my own flow state.
We'd love to hear what works for you.